La 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 la. A way to get it done. Which is where you should be if you're sensible. Just get it out there. Well, thank you. Go on, you ethnographer, you.
I'm not. Well, the analysis I'm doing is interpretive phenomenological.
Oh, IPA, yeah.
It's very creative, very about the uniqueness of each individual.
Yeah. Yes, that's great. So you've got a sense of position. Align it throughout. Don't be slipping off into one of these that are a bit constructionist as well, because you can't be both. And that's the thing. You can't just do a bit of it. Once you've got that position, you've got to stick with it. Okay, so you IPA, which means you're very essentialist. Uniqueness is an issue. Humanness is very much at the centre. You've read 10 tons of Jean-Paul Sartre. Brilliant. Existentialism. Good. Fair. Now, I know I'm picking on you now, but starting with proposals, if you had to pick a position, where would you say?
I would say I'm just finding the ideas and I'm coordinating them. You can say if it is alignment, I don't know if it's in alignment or not.
Okay.
Yeah.
So lost could do with a good definition, and then from that position move forward.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. That helps me just sort of pinpoint to that. How about you, Nico? I think I know, but I'll just yeah.
Yeah, I'm much more of a hermeneutic interpretivist kind of thing. I like to look for meanings in places where people don't expect them, and hence one of the things what sort of guides me. I like my favorite, philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche, who says, if you gaze into the abyss gazes back into you. So I always think.
I went out with a girl like that.
Yeah, you see, if I look into something, then I can see something. But on the other hand, I'm much more towards more of a Marxist. Where I look for freedom and the fact that it's, as human beings, I suppose we are all oppressed.
Yeah.
That's why sometimes I talk about colonialism. We are all colonized to some extent. That's why we think the way we think. And therefore, as a result of that, I always think there is much from the human beings that we really don't really talk about. But human beings just like to just follow. We just follow.
Whose group is this? Right, I'm trying to, I've got to get out of here before. Thank you for that thesis. You've passed. Right? How about you, my friend?
No.
See, and you lot are now absolutely, you're going, oh no.
Well, as I started my PhD last Friday.
My position is wandering.
Well, I'm at the start of my journey. I really honestly feel as a beginner.
Yeah.
Because I'm doing health and safety management for oil and gas companies
Okay.
in the Kurdish region of Iraq.
Okay.
From origin. And basically, well, I'm scared it's going to sound arrogant, but
Good.
I'm trying to become a lifesaver because almost like not every month, but every other month that I know from someone passes away because of poor health and safety management in oil and gas companies in the Kurdish region. So I'm trying to not only save lives, prevent injuries, and I feel like there's some pressure on me as well because I am connected with people from the region that can put me in a position to help oil and gas companies. So I'm lucky that I'm being funded by the Student Finance England, because it's so important to the people in Kurdistan. They were even willing to fund everything for me. But the reason that I took this research anyway is because of the alignment. I'm not left, I'm not right. Confidence, and I'm a very confident person. Especially because I come from a computing and computer science background, and people try to put me down for this research. But I have such a high level of confidence that
So, well, if I could, it's only so I can go. So, if I was to stop you in a year's time, I wonder what you'd be saying different. But you know that something about this positionality, if you can get some of this, it might just make your life easier.
Yes.
That's where we're at, isn't it? I think that's what I'm hearing. So, okay, thank you. Oh, well done. And it doesn't sound like a, arrogant thing. Good for you, man. Good. Thank you. Now I'll go along the table and swim back. Where are we at?
No, I had to write this down.
No, that's cheating. You've shuffled it. Yeah. Well.
Should I shuffle it round again? 'Cause it doesn't matter. It's the same thing. Okay, well, I had to read it anyway. So it's mine is I'm looking to understand the construction of student voice practice space. That's what I'm looking
Okay.
at through their narratives.
Okay. Okay.
And that's using an interpretive framework.
Okay.
Reflexivity.
See, I can see problems straight off with that.
Loads of it.
Only because the interpretive thing and their narratives, when narrative has got big discourse about, and whatnot, and it's very strict about free will and agency. And there's going to be an issue with that. So you in the blue, you got loads of free will and agency, it's not a problem. Until someone does something moralistically wrong, then it's their fault. But us yellow, I call us yellows, us constructionists, I'm a narratologist myself, we have difficulty because we have to try and explain that freedom and free will and essentialism is the philosophical positioning term, essentialism. But today I'm going to teach you 3, essentialism, and they're the ones you're going to go away and read about. And essentialism is one of them. Apart from that, that's cool though, is it? So you got a position though.
Well, I hope so. I handed it in last Thursday.
Fantastic.
But it's tough. It's tough bringing it all together. But I think it'll
You only need to align enough. That's all you need. Your best work is now. Your best, you know what I mean? It's always ongoing, isn't it? Well, good luck with that then. That actually sounds quite smart.
That's why I'm here.
You could have come. Why didn't you come last year? Excellent. Go on in trouble.
Because it's never too late, is it? It's
No,
never too
that's
late.
it,
You
man,
know,
yeah. What are you?
I'm a conversation analyst, so I kind of have to be social constructionist, but I do have a bit of a problem with it because I'm meant to just interpret. You see, I look at all that data, and I kind of go from the history of the method, and the reading, and then I say this is what is going on. And sometimes I feel like somebody who's icing a cake and squishing that icing through. A bit
What flavour?
too much. I haven't got to the flavour yet. And in that method you can't ask people what they were about, you just have to go from the recording and as good a transcription as you can get.
Okay. In the next half hour or so, and then I was going to start winding it up, but I'll see if I can.
And also, if you don't want to have a second problem, on professional doctorate, you have to show some applicability to your professional situation. Now, unlike you're going to save the world. I feel it's a little bit arrogant with lecturers to say, oh, you should be doing this.
Yeah, yeah.
That's kind of what we have to do with our professional doctorates. We have to show some sort of applicability, but I'm actually just interested in the data for the data's sake.
Yeah, for the joy of it. I lose it loosely.
So
For the joy of.
Please don't record this. I've had to write a little bit of stuff because I'm doing the prof doc.
Yeah, fair enough.
But I've kind of wangled it by saying I'm holding a mirror to people's practice. But it's like I don't really want to change it.
What would it look like if you were to hold an opaque piece of glass? A bit like my neighbour's bathroom window.
Yeah.
Right? My neighbour's bathroom window's opaque. I know, because I've looked through it. But there is a point there. If I'm being reflexive, if I am truly a social constructionist, I can't use a mirror.
Yeah. And they can't hold a mirror either to their work.
So you see, and the problem sometimes now with that modernism stuff, the modernist CA, the discourse analysis, the conversation analysis, it's using positivist epistemology, positioning, to try and do its dirty work. And that's the difficulty you're going to have. Now, it doesn't mean it isn't worthwhile and you haven't got ideals there, which you could, and there's going to be patterns and stuff. But I then wonder, well, if you were to really be reflexive in that and you were to bring yourself poetically and employ different method to that data, I wonder if that would free you up and it would help align you without having to worry too much. Because on the one hand, what you're suggesting is that you're going to go, there is a reflective world that can be known objectively. So let's write these 3 words. I've got 1 word there. I've got 2 words, objectivity. Objectivity. And I've got a 3rd word. Anyone guess? Go on. Anyone guess? Guess. Got an auction going on. Got an auction. What would that 1 word be? The big word would be, I think, relativity. I reckon those 3 positional words are the words that have saved my backside so many times. But the problem you've probably got the essentialism sorted because it hasn't been a problem unless you're trying to find themes in the conversation to do with personhood. And then you're going to be in trouble, as well as. And then you've got your objectivity. So now your conversation analysis we know as a method and as an approach to research data is going to be suggesting that we can objectively know an independent, objective world or reality beyond ourselves. Oh, because constructionism doesn't do that. Constructionism's going to go, no, we're relativist. We're not universal. We don't agree in universal laws that can be applied across the whack. That's the objectivity. So you can see now it won't be your position. You sound as though you've got it. You know your position. You've said it, but you also know the alignment's what you've got a problem with, because the alignment now, because you're going to go, well, actually, this is a constructivist methodology. I'm interested in narratives. I'm interested in all these things that are spurious and difficult and bloody metaphysically complex. There's no fun in the postmodern. And then you've come along and then gone, but I'm going to apply an objective, reflective analysis. There is a way you could make that ironic and show the absurdity of it, and that would add contribution, especially if it reflected the notions of educational practice or you tried something poetic in that respect. But you will be in a sort of trouble. But guess what? Your examiner probably won't notice. But you only need someone from a left bank university down there in London who drink cappuccinos every day, and they will.
I've got them in Scotland, University of Stirling.
Oh, that do they know? I mean, only a top 10 university. I mean, they won't know anything. Good for you. How did you pick that?
It's a small world, conversation analysis, you know.
But you can see the alignment issue you've got there. Epistemologically, I'm afraid there's a clash straight off.
Yeah.
Because they don't work. These lot never mix. These are right at the top of that triangle. And if you're an essentialist, and I'm going to end on this, so I don't want to go into it now, but you know your position, you know you're not aligned.
Why do CA people say they're social constructionists then?
They're not. There's nothing, and they get it mixed up with DA, discourse analysis, don't they? Because there's whatever this is. You know, I blamed it David Silverman. David Silverman, 1992. He wrote this book, Living Qualitative. And I went through this book. I was doing my PhD at the time. I was going, oh, this is really good. Now I know what to do with my data. Because this is what supervisors do. And you go, well, what will I do with it all? And they go, we'll worry about the analysis when you get to it, right? And so we'll go, okay. And then you go off and collect your data. And then you go, I've got my data. And they go, we'll find some themes. But if we were to look to the arts, if we were to look to the other arenas we'd find that there's a lot more that can be done now in terms of the postmodern, the narrative turn, the post-literature crisis. And post-1976, everything changed in terms of qualitative analysis, whatever that means. Because what you could do, you could just code it, reduce it down, statify it, totally aligned. It aligns epistemologically. And you don't want to do that because in your heart you're a social constructionist. So don't do CA, for Christ's sake. Email me and we'll sort something out. Right? Yeah. But at least you know it, so you can do something about it. So it's not it's best to know and then be able to fudge it or not, as the case may be. But you might actually, it might force you to come up with a more satisfactory something, which is brilliant, and that's what we're all here for. Can I learn something about this positionality in order to... Thank you for sharing that. Yeah. I know we briefly spoke, you just started and all this, and you're going to go, I don't know, where are you?
Oh.
No, when I say where are you, I mean epistemologically.
Next question. I mean, I'm not going to say the right words, and I'm not going to even try. For me, and what I'm interested in is focusing almost on the democracy of research and allowing participants to be involved in that. Because
Okay.
the reason why I'm looking at that is in terms of action research.
Okay.
Is what I'm really interested in. Certainly about the ability for things to be validated at multiple times.
Okay.
As it goes through, especially when I'm looking at participatory action research. And with that, I like the notion that actually there's something potentially produced at the end that's agreed by the group that actually can go into practice. I think I've read more about it, where they do talk about constructivist, but they also talk about pragmatic. And I probably would say that I'm not quite going as far with the pragmatic side of things, because I'm not initiating something into practice. I'm always going so far and then stopping. Especially when I know the people I'm investigating would have some existing knowledge.
But at least, you see what you've got there though, and that's absolutely brilliant. You've got some idea of that positioning. My research methodology, my epistemologically is determined or being steered by pragmatism and construction. You said vism, but I'd say depends. There's vism and there's isms. There's loads of isms and visms around, isn't there? You've got to you'll work that out for yourself. You could be like pragmationist, I suppose. You could. There is, but at least knowing that. So you're action orientated. Collaborative, co-authorship, this sort of group stuff, perfect for the focus group sort of methodology. Wouldn't that be absolutely fine? It's going to lead to some sort of agreement of democracy and whatnot. So there's lots to be going. That's fantastic. Alignment issues, I don't see any until you make a start. And this is the thing, you'll find this. You won't really have to worry about alignment until you get to a point you go, oh shit, look what I've done. Oh God, I've crossed, oh God. And what might happen for you is you mix up with the essentialism. It usually does sort of happen with this, because you'll be tempted to go, well actually people have got free will and can make their own decisions. That's the essentialist stuff that us constructionists, we go, well you can't think outside of language, therefore you've got no agency. You see, philosophically you're in trouble. So your conversations, in their conversations, what you're talking now is ethnographic groupthink. But it does matter at an epistemological level. It's complex metaphysics, mind, that your supervisor doesn't even mention. They're just going, yeah, collect more data, be good, yeah, well done. And then at the end of this journey, you go, I knew they were just going to kill, I'm going to kill them. But you can't, because you've got to be nice. And good, you can know how you get there is going to be the other thing then. I know you mentioned the confidence or whatnot. So, okay, you got position. Pragmatism. Complex philosophy that is, man. How you doing, Mark? Thank you. How you doing?
Yeah. As my journey has just started for my dissertation, my intention is to analyze the physician and patient conversation. It's conversational analysis.
I know someone who's doing that.
Yeah, it's my lovely
You don't want to do conversation. I'll tell you for what. It leads you into loads of trouble. I know someone who's in real trouble. Let me introduce you to... You know, the beautiful thing is, though, I've got no problem with conversation analysis, actually. It's absolutely suited me, and I've done lots of bits and bobs during the 90s and whatnot. I did use it, and so it's not a naive or it's just that you've recognised, hold on a minute, I've got to just work that I've just got to straighten that alignment out, that's all. So, oh, good for you. So you got positioning. It's the alignment, remember, so be careful not to fall down the same. Okay, conversation analysis. Hello.
Hi.
Go on then.
We don't use any of this vocabulary. So, white, female, foreigner, with regard to the discipline, and an alien with regard to the data.
Okay, you have totally confused me. If you were if you were a position, is there an identity feel? Would it be?
It's history.
Yeah.
That's the field. So if you're female, you're probably on the outside of. Now I'm talking the discipline.
Yeah.
Has control. Female, what did I say? Foreigner. So not native.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then with regard to the data which comes to us from the past, we're all aliens. And I guess why I'm here is that we don't actually reflect or go reflexive on this as a discipline. Maybe there's scope.
If you had a range of scope, what would you say that range is? Where would it go from?
No, I can't say.
Yeah.
Whether that can be introduced.
Uh.
Whether every historian can reflect as to their gender, what their background is, all the words that were in the blurb which you unpick, in order to understand themselves before they put forward to understand.